Hey guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to another Starcraft English commentary. Let's continue with the Laddernet series, games between pro gamers playing casually as they prepare for the upcoming ASL. And in light of the upcoming new map pool, these old classical maps like Radeon, to a certain extent, Litmus and Polestar will get phased out. I believe everything will get phased out, but it's not yet clear in the book that some maps may remain or not. We shall see in a couple of weeks or so what will the final map pools be, but I think Radeon will be gone. Radeon has been played for 3 seasons or something like that already, and it's kind of getting stale, even though this map is quite interesting and quite balanced, to be honest. But I think both the gamers in the Korean community as well as the viewers who want something new. Anyhow, we're going to be looking at Hero versus Ample today as they take a last final stab on Radeon. And this is going to be a corresponding positions. Let me just quickly show you the relevant information. So once again, here are the win rates. From the Zerg perspective, Radeon offers them a 47.7% win rate. So that's kind of very decent here from the Zerg side. And Hero is these days not doing that well particularly, but he's not down to the level of Ample either. Let me just quickly show you some other information that I think you would kind of appreciate to see, where these two players are standing respectively. So first of all, I would just quickly show you Hero's player card. So this is Hero's player card, although I need to adjust it a little bit because it's not correctly placed. There it is. Yep, that's right. This is Hero's player cards. And on the other side of the map, we're going to be seeing what is happening with Ample, a barracks on the high ground. Oh no, this is going to be a command center. This is almost like a 14cc, but it's going to be a floated 14cc. A little bit of a safer build here, which is actually not that used often in professional Korean leagues, I should say, but it's going to be used here. And from Ample's perspective, this is his player cards information, as you can quickly see there. So Ample's is just a notch lower compared to Hero when it comes to ELO scores and earnings and previous ASL performances, etc. So anyways, a drone scout to come out to check in case there's some early marine aggression, but there isn't any. And looks like Hero is gonna attack directly to Lair there, looking very standard opening, and let's see how it's gonna be performing. But I think Ample with this opening, with this command center, of course it's gonna be a lot better if he's gone for 14cc opening, if this is going to be a 12 hatch coming from the opponent. But this kind of floating command center isn't so bad either. There's going to be a blind bunker, of course. I think this is kind of not needed. Is it needed? The Zerglings are coming across the map, and so that bunker is going to be a little bit superfluous, but we shall see. There's a floated command center, and I should say it's better to actually not let the bunker finish here, coming from the part of Ample, but he's gonna let it finish anyways. All right, interesting. Let me just quickly show you the hotkeys being used by the players. So this is from Ample's perspective. 1 is on the command center. 2 is going to be, 1 is going to be now on the marine. 2 is going to be on the command center. 3 is the scouting SCV. 4 is going to be on the barracks. 5 on the barracks. 6 on the barracks. 8 on, okay, interesting. 8 on the command center. 9 on the expansion. 8 and 9 are both the same. I guess 9 is not a sign and 0 is not a sign. So this is what we have coming from Ample's side here. Marines are taking a stroll quietly inside of his main base. This is only, of course, trying to be very, very annoying, but it is going to at some point fall soon. And we also pay attention to what else is happening on the map here. There's going to be some more Zerglings. These Zerglings have speed, right? I have a problem viewing whether Zerglings have speed or not, but they are going to be having a speed, so they're going to come across the map. And with the speed Zergling reveals, it is going to be Ample's turn to sit around and do nothing. Just stay put and not do anything at all. As Hero takes a 3 hatcheries opening here and prep his way into Lair. By the way, right after this game is finished, I will cast an amazing guarantee to be epic encounter. That has just been recently played in the DPL series. and you will see the pro gamers test out brand new ASL map. So go ahead and tune in, and I have to say thank you to Mr. McDonald for recommending that game to me. I don't know if the game is going to be epic or not, but I'm gonna guess that it's going to be epic because Mr. McDonald says it's epic, and I trust his words for it. And as usual, that game is going to be released for members of the Tacitus clan as well as the King of Blade clan. So you guys can go ahead and check out that video. For the rest of you, let's just sit here and enjoy. Zerglings at speed, once again still patrolling the map. What is happening inside of the main base of Ample? Okay, factory opening. This is quite a hybrid build here. Double barracks into factory. All right, there are going to be some turrets coming up. And behind this, mutuals have started to make their ways across the map. Usually around this time, we would see 6 or 7. So that's going to be the 6th one. And more going to be coming underway. As you take a look at the upgrades for both of these players. As you can see, from the Zerg perspective, he's going to be going for the +1 Air's weapons upgrade. That's going to enhance the mutualist attacking abilities. From the Terran side, as you can see, we are going to be seeing that U-238 shells and infantry weapons upgrade is what we're going to be seeing from Ampro's side here. 7 mutualists are going to try to harass a little bit, and around this time, I think Hero should be prepping for his expansion. We shall see if that is going to be realized soon in the future. Alright, just do a quick hotkey cycle here to see what hotkeys Ampos are being used. If you're a Terran player, you probably appreciate these hotkey configurations from the pros. Although I think it is quite difficult for you to change a hotkey configuration once they are locked in. Usually you would be using those hotkeys for the rest of your life. It's going to be very tricky to change them. There's the drone coming out to go for another expansion somewhere out towards the top left corner of the screen. Alright, these mutuals are doing some decent damage, but they're also taking hits themselves. And we're going to be waiting for the +1 weapons upgrade for the mutas to kick in. These two medics are out in the wide open field here, and they were about to get nicked off, but at the last minute, one of them is able to survive. The drone is going to come down, as we should expect soon. Alright, Hero just flexing his mutualist muscle, just showing to us that he is still out here. He is still very fresh with his control. And coming up with more mutualists, 11 mutualists. This is pure training, guys. This is pure mutualist training for the upcoming ASL. There's like virtually no strategy involved here, kinda. Not really. But okay, I didn't know that when you turn on to the vision of one of the players, you lose the hotkeys that you have selected. That's very interesting. Take a look at this. You see, the moment I click on it, I lose the hotkey. You see, once they come out of the vision of the other player, we lose the hotkey configurations. No, not the hotkey configuration, but the selection. That was very interesting. I did not know that was the case. But anyways, some Hydra is going to come up here to create a lurker wall. Another scan to see that lurkers will be present at the top left corner of the screen. Inside of Hero's main base, let's do a quick check. What is he making? He's going to be going up to Hive, Efficient Chamber. Some Marines are coming across the map as the Mutual Squad still diving into his expansion. As you can see, the SCV saturation is quite bad for Ample. He need to actually come out there with more SCVs from the main base. These mutuals are quite damaged. Marines, actually these number of Marines are quite thin, man. They could easily get picked up by mutas or lurkers or anything like that. And I was very surprised that around this time, Hero doesn't opt to go for stop lurkers. You can easily put stop lurkers here. Instead of trying to put it on the high ground, of course, the more conservative route is to put the lurkers on the high ground that will surely protect your base. But, you know, at this very high level, I believe, before the advent of science vessels, the Zerg player could also, experiment with trying to put them here, because to get on this high ground, the Terrans will need to go through there, and they usually don't scan here. So that is going to be a good place, I think, just tactically speaking, to place your lurkers. Anyways, let's do a quick check of the upgrades. +1 weapons for the Marines, +1 weapons also for the Zerg side. We're going to be seeing the Filer consume, getting research, as well as Carapace, right? Carapace is being researched here. Okay, we do have 3 tanks and the science vessels moving across the map. Another scan just to check how many lurkers are present at the top left. and we see that there are just 2. I think Nidus Canal will be made, right? Nidus Canal is going to be made, and there it is. Nidus Canal have been placed already. There's going to be one irradiate on one of the lurkers to kill it off, but there's still a few more waiting on the backside, so we shall see. Zerg is gonna try to slowly crawl back the lurkers who need to unburrow now. They're gonna be unburrowed very, very nicely here. One lurkers gets sniped. Marine's gonna come forward. They need to attack now. He is gonna attack. Zerglings are getting streamed across the map. The Mutas dive in. The science vessels are trying to protect the flock here, and the science vessels get sniped. The tank's gonna get attacked as well. There's a scan. The Marines on the high ground are not attacking. The tanks are unsieging. What the tanks will fall? No, looks like the tank has been saved, and now we still have 3 tanks to go across the map. There's gonna be another scan. We don't have to file attack, or rather maybe I don't know, consume is done for sure, but at the last minute the lurkers will come in and the tanks are gonna be falling. These Marines gets pushed back. Only 2 Marines remaining to protect against 2 Mutas, and the Mutas is gonna try to target that 1 damaged tank. That damaged tank is gonna get picked up. The lurkers are falling fast, and reinforcements have just arrived here, but I think defilers should arrive very, very soon. Where are the defilers? There's a defiler. There's the defiler. It's just waiting to go out there to support, and now the defiler is in the area, so those lurkers will have some dopamine boost here. There's the attack, which the Dark Swarm, the tanks have sieged at the wrong timing, and now they're gonna get pushed back. So the Terran nightmare begins. SCV coming out to try to expand, but of course it's gonna get denied by the Zerglings. So in 2026, once again, the question is how do the Terran player break this kind of Zerg late game tactics of using defilers, right? So we've seen so many answers, or possible answers to it in the past. You know, going for triple drops is one of the answers. You know, dropping everywhere at the same time, making sure the Zerg is stretched out and defilers cannot get teleported fast enough between the Nidus canals. Going for multi-prong attack, also frontal attack onto various bases, and mass expanding is another way to think about it. Tech switch is great. Nukes have been tried as well. Battlecruisers is one of the answers. There are a lot of possible answers out there, but which answer is correct is the question that I want to ask. So we shall see how the players will experiment, especially with the new mass. But on Radeon, it's still looking very, very standard. Here. Alright, lurkers coming on the low ground, and the science vessels are doing some great work with that defiler, but the second Dark Swarm is here to protect. The tanks need to fall back. The lurkers are now within reach of that very, very damaged tank, which gets sniped off very, very easily. That tank is gonna have to retreat as well. And he's gonna re-siege on the lower side of that area. Inside of the Terran base, what are we seeing here? Of course, science vessels being pumped continuously with a double starport. Let's do a quick hotkey configuration. Oh my god, another science vessel to get sniped. So that means no more scanning, or I guess no more free scans here. Number 1 on the Marine, number 2 on the Marine, number 3 on the medic, number 4 on the tank, 5 not assigned, 6, 7. 6 is barrack. Okay, 7, 8 are gonna be command center, 9 and 10 are comsat station. SCV is getting stuck there. Very, very interesting. I usually don't see a Terran player who doesn't individually hotkey every barracks, but it looks like you know, Ampo is the one who hotkeys only one barracks, and he's gonna just rely on that one hotkey to then click the other barracks. Or maybe this is a little bit more common than I thought, but in my understanding, usually the Terran player hotkeys every single barracks that he has. Anyways, Zerglings are coming across the map. What are we seeing from Amp perspective? He's gonna have a nice D-Matrix Marine to move across the map. Last minute Dark Swarm once again saves the day. The Zerglings are gonna try to attack on this front door as well. Let's check what is happening inside of the main base. We're going to be having Ultralisk Cavern with the first upgrade. I believe it is going to be the first upgrade, and additional forces. And so Hero is feeling very, very comfortable here. He's got plenty of tech coming up. Oh my god, these Marines are damaged, but they don't have the medic support. We have a single firebat. No, there's no firebat there. And as you can see, Hero is coming up, and I think he's gonna mop up the floor soon now, because he's got 4 bases. And Ampo's got a few tanks, sure, but he's not doing his full max switch yet. He is still on just very, very basic biotechnology, nanotechnology, if you will. But it's not going to be enough to defeat the Zerg player. Looks like Zerglings are streaming across the map. 4 gas Zerg player is so scary, and we are going to be seeing what for now, just massive Zerglings. We don't see ultras yet. Well, I'm not so sure exactly when is the right timing to make Ultras, because now with the 4 gas, it should be fairly easy. But he just maybe he's want to make sure the upgrades are completed before he goes for the Ultralisk switch here. Of course, from the side of the Terran player, Ampo is still making and growing, but you know, building barracks is not enough, man. You need more than barracks. Another scan. I think now Ampo just gotta dive in here. Ampo this entire game has not been doing any drops, and I think that is the wise choice because he's behind. And so when you are ahead as a Zerg player, I think the hero will be just making tons of Scourges and placing them in different locations. It's gonna be very difficult to try to drop anything. You do just do more harm than good. But anyways, this bunker will need to get safe as the Marines gets pushed back with a nice Dark Swarm and a Spore as well. Double protection, right? It's like wearing a condom on top of another condom. You have the Spore to protect against the vision of the science vessels, and then you have the Dark Swarm to protect the ground forces. I mean, this is not really needed, but when you're so much ahead, like what Hero is doing, he's feeling very, very fine. Zerglings are streaming across the map, but without the support of the Defiler, they will get stopped. Of course, the bunker will need to support fast here. The bunker will fall. The Marines are gonna get protected by one of the medics though, so that bunker will get recreated soon. More scans happening by Ampo. He just want to quickly check exactly how many bases the enemy's got. Look at the production cube, and we have 6 Ultralisks being produced right now. It's gonna be so insane with the 6 Ultralisks in the area. Of course, they're fully upgraded, so it's going to be very, very tough for Ampo to kind of finish the game in this fashion. Sciences was coming out, and he has found one of the... What did he find? Maybe attack one of the lurkers, right? I'm not sure exactly what he attacked there. But none of the openings are there. Finally, we're going to be having heavy dropship, but it's, as you can see, it's going to be very hard. We have Scourges, we have Overlord spotting in different locations. As you can see, Mutual spotting here. Scourges there, Overlord spotting here. Another scan by Ampo. Does he have enough momentum to bring the game towards a nice final confrontation? He's trying very hard to destroy the Zerglings, and without the support of the Dark Swarm, those Zerglings have fallen very quickly. And finally, the Zerg Nightmare comes across the map. Ultralisk, this is Ultra HD Ultralisk here. They come across the map. 5 Ultras heading towards this base. This base got no bunker. A couple of fireback. We need to have the Matrix soon. He's gonna be going for the irradiate one of the firebats. I'm not so sure if that is a useful thing or not. Why don't you just irradiate the Ultralisk instead, because the firebat dies so quickly. But anyways, this is possibly going to be the end of this game here with this many massive Ultras. It's gonna be impossible for any of the science vessels to do enough work, and SCVs are falling fast like fly. Hero leading by about 25 supplies. So that's going to be possibly the end of this game. Stay tuned for the next game. That is going to be guaranteed to be epic. Thanks for watching. We're just going to be waiting for Ampo to call in the tower here because his command center is forced to be lifted. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.